Diddy Kong, are you and Donkey Kong not gonna be in the game with me and DK? Pauline's voice. Okay, that was terrible. So this random cute anime boy that wears goggles, why not? And that was supposed to be me, my Sabrina Husky Elijah, and basically here's an image of DK and Pauline from the new Donkey Kong game, which Dion, you actually forgot the name, unfortunately. Plus, it's 3:10 right now, and you're just doing your best thing in there. Give us like a little hug over your shoulders. It says 17th of July on a Thursday, and for some dumb reason, after my MacBook shut off, I lost all of my images that I saved on my iMovie Maker, and I gotta start over. So that's 693 that are gone. You know, I don't really use them, but I like to scroll back on them. This MacBook sucks, monkey balls. So the thing is, if any large YouTuber is seeing this, I don't want to hear that you have problems if your mother's dying of cancer, so do other people, or basically broke your leg, so do other people. I'm sorry, but I just don't really care for you, unless I really maybe have someone of a silent parasocial connection with you. I don't want to hear it. Okay? And you may be thinking, Dion, why don't you so some calm? Well, some people are just not calm. Okay? Especially since I'm selectively mute and an introvert with autism. I'm at home and I want to express how I really feel at home versus in person. So the thing is, then I'm just glad. I just want to say this for anyone that's a newcomer here, even though I don't open up my notifications. If you're a Christian, definitely give a cross. Dion, actually, it's a pray emoji of any color if your skin pigment. You know, for his brother's girlfriend, named Alicia, recovery from the hospital. Also, the drug driver can go right in hell. Hopefully, he'll pay every single damn dime and go bless for my language. Sorry, that's a little much. Okay, and if you're not Christian, because Stumble and Greg, they don't have to do this, of course. Do not feel hesitant to put a cross emoji. Okay, this would be a little bit respectful here. So I was looking at a video by this YouTuber named Janae Danielle, DANYEEIEL, titled "The American Dream is Dead." ... And TikTok pulled the trigger. So the reason why I want to talk about this is because I've noticed that on social media now, I guess they would say it's becoming a dystopian. Where the heck that means when everything seems like a background PC, because us human beings are kind of going backward in time because of how COVID. Well, no one invented that. Always, well, they should be just go to hell and get whipped by Satan every damn 5 seconds to the point they will bleed to death. Sorry, I don't know where that's coming from. Sorry, I ate a bowl of honey. Yeah, and it's supposed to be honey oats that you ate. Yeah, and I ate 8 crackers of wheat thins. Delicious, by the way. Ugh, my favorite type of salty snack. It's way better than crackers. I'm not kidding. And I forgot what else I ate earlier. Oh, Dion, that's right. You ate 8 pieces of ranch Doritos. The thing is that as someone that basically never worked in his life, unless he can cut YouTube and paying his expensive Samsung Stratosphere phone from Verizon at the 11th grade, because I begged my mother to buy it for me, and I worked for it by giving her more than 50, probably around 72% of my earnings from Google AdSense, because back then I was a YouTube partner, and that was really difficult to get into because I used to do cartoons, and let's just say I lost a lot of channels, and I'm glad I did, I guess. Well, Dion, actually, no, that's not good. I'm just glad that I went through that era instead of seeing all these people that do this clickbait, rage bait, or only Fox just to basically get viewers. Because if you don't sit at a park and then just document your journey, or maybe talk a little with your friends, people find that dull. I do not know why. People's attention spans are, I guess you could say, they say cooked. I guess it means screwed. Oh, you know what? Can I just say this in Bender's quote? Well, we're boned, right? I guess they got bone in the ass because they're thinking that, you know, to get bone in the ass by getting paid to do OnlyFans. really interesting. But as long as you're an adult, it's your body, and you should do whatever you please, and of course there comes with consequences, right? The thing is that it's been a year, okay, and hopefully that me talking to someone doesn't bother to the ones that are new here. If so, please snicker away because one of my viewers, well, Dumbbell, would catch you, and I don't want to screen record and expose you for being an idiot. That's it. I'm sure you don't want that, right? I mean, we're all idiots at some point. Even I, absolutely. It's been a year since my mother, my brother, and I lost our apartment 260, basically my castle, right? That I have my other channel. I'm still trying to get my doggy channel back. My Twitter, by the way, is Dan Garf, if anyone's curious, to assist me on retweeting Team YouTube that I did nothing wrong. You just gotta go do my community posts and you will see my tweets, right? Me and Tim, we're doing our best to actually earn my channel back, and we haven't got any luck, and it's been almost 3 months since the 29th of April, so that's not pleasant. I'm still upset that we lost our apartment, right? And we lived there for 6 years, at least, well, 5 years when it's just my brother and I, because our mother lived with us for the first 2, because I would sleep in the living room, right? Or whatever, we both did until she got the place here, which is where I'm at currently when I did my live streams. And my older brother, that would sleep in his room. Yeah, it may seem small, but to me, it's not that small, right? I can't imagine how it's like in New York. It's basically sleeping in a closet blanket space, right? It actually makes sense. Blanket, for example, you have your, well, for us, we had the kitchen, right? And then the living room, and then my brother's room, and then the bathroom. Yeah, it may seem small, but for me, it's not. It's a perfect amount of space, right? Especially since I don't like large houses because, well, I think I have a little bit of megalophobia. If you're maybe big, empty places, I don't know. Okay, I think I do have that phobia. I don't know, though. So that's not a problem for me. But what I'm trying to say is that I've been doing my best to get it back, and I still got video proof of the mother that basically mistreated my mother and me, of course, and her damn kids. Well, they're adults. Okay, they're not children. 18 and 27 for crying out loud. Well, 17 going on 18. Old enough. You're not a child, damn it. Okay, that wanted to gaslight, saying that, oh, keep your mother's name out of my mouth. How about you could keep your name out of my mouth? Honestly, I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there, okay? Because I was their bootler and had to clean up after them. I don't want to talk about it. Okay, I want to get justice for what we had to go through, especially since I want to talk about it at this point, okay? Maybe later. But I want to get out of my system because after what I've been seeing on YouTube now, it just seems that so many YouTubers are the same. Even though there is a handful, because I did a playlist just to get some exposure of me commenting on many videos because I'm bored, and that maybe give me some viewership since I cannot work. It's not easy to get a job, because if it is, then why is so many people homeless and doing fentanyl or whatever? Honestly, it's difficult to get a job these days. Heck, Dumbo, he's been working at his local coffee shop for the disabled, right? For disabled employees, right? He got rejected. Oh, damn, it was a lot, yeah. Probably over 14 different, I don't know, applications. Dumbo, he worked so hard, and he deserves his position. He's going to a lot right now. And I know I could get a job, but it's not that simple for me, especially with my poor mental health. You know, Dumbo, he's going to do something similar. But for me personally, I guess you could say there's something wrong with having YouTube as a job. I want to treat it as one, but yet at the same time as a hobby, more of a jobby, whoever got that term, right? You consider it a job, but at the same time, when I do my live streams, it's a hobby as well, right? Because I have a schedule, especially since I have ADHD. Well, I mean, I am diagnosed with ADHD, right? Autism, my mother said I don't have it, but I do have the symptoms, and, well, since I get hyper and I'm really sensitive to light, and I can't give eye contact to people, and I get really nervous because I get really mute, I do consider myself as high functioning, right? And that actually makes sense. I always like to drop my childhood. So, you don't know what I went through. Unless you are in the spectrum, like me, personally, then you could definitely relate, honestly. And it sucks. And the reason why I wanted to share this, because I think, Dan, has been a year, or at least tomorrow. because it's 3/19, right? Okay, the day after tomorrow, whatever you want to call it, will be years since I've been here. And oh, wait a minute, damn, that's right. It was August, July. Well, pretend that it's August right now. So I might as well get this out of the way because it's been 11 darn months. And to see how some of these YouTubers that would break or do crimes, no offense for the ones that like Jack, whoever the heck his name, Penbrook. I think you should be ashamed of yourself because, well, I don't like what he did. I mean, even my viewers agree with me on how he would, let's just say, trespass at a water park and filming it. And he is really lucky. He had a shot mark in his damn toxic heart that, or clout heart, whatever you want to define it, that he and his damn buddy did not get caught. Honestly, it's amazing how he got 1.3 plus million views on that. And I don't, Buddha forbid, of other videos that he did. Right? Well, there are people, Blanket Dumbo, for example, and other people that do their best to take care of their families to get by. They're trying to make a living, trying to survive. But you see this weird influencer. I'm just thinking, for my viewers out there that want to start a YouTube channel, don't. If you want to do something like that, because I hope that you go to jail and you cry about it, and I hope that you won't get beaten to death. Pardon my language. I'm sorry. I've seen a handful of YouTubers I really despise that sometimes I wish that they had some disease and their parents basically being held responsible for basically avenging them for their wombs, because they're making things worse. Okay, I don't know what's going on. I wanted let me just drop this down, okay? Because I know this is a plain image of Donkey Kong and Pauline, but again, I'm poor here. Well, at least I consider myself as poor because, well, I cannot afford shoes right now. I can't afford to get my phone repaired. It's an S4 phone, and I'm using an early 2010 MacBook that will freeze every time for, let's just say, I don't know, 12 minutes or so when I had to take screenshots because I have so many of them, and I don't like deleting them because this is no effort in doing so because I'm just exhausted. Okay, let me just give you a few reasons why I don't like how YouTube is now. Okay, this could go for other social medias, but YouTube is the main focus here. One, at least in my state, because I know we're for gambling here because of the casinos and in the res or whatever, aka Indian reservations, I would get weird ads of alcohol and basically the lottery scratch. I think it's called the scratch and sniff. Dion, I think that's what it's called. Yes, I get those ads, and then something else as well off a diamond casino. I don't know. I live in Arizona, and I would get ads like that. I do not know why. That's what bothers me about YouTube. Two, is basically, no offense, for the ones that do watch a handful of these large YouTubers, I don't know why they do this. Sometimes it makes me want to just skip through their videos because I don't get to watch this fan. I know you're doing this for money, but hey, if you have two fancy plasma screen laptops, I think you're good. Compared to someone like me that would love to get a decent MacBook. Even a unibody MacBook that I could at least use Final Cut Pro to edit my videos on. I don't care how old it is, as long as it functions. You know, it is really outdated. Okay, this is why everything should stop getting upgrades. I would see these YouTubers, and no offense for that Shiel YMC man that speaks many languages, he can kick the bucket because he would advertise BetterHelp, so he could go to hell for that. I don't care if he's a great guy speaking many languages. Why are you basically advertising an ad for people that do struggle with mental health to basically get scammed by therapists or not actual therapists just to steal their private info? I don't know why that's being sponsored. I hate when they say, oh, for today's sponsored. I don't want to hear it. I'm skipping through it. Honestly, I think that should be a crime. It's not a crime. Okay? I just get so irritated when so many of these YouTubers keep doing, oh, you know what, for today, you can sign up on my course for 1 week free trial. Okay, you know what? If you had to pay money for it, I'm not gonna bother. If I had a sponsor, I would say, you know what? For today's sponsor, you can download Angry Birds, if you basically are bored, you basically would adore the game if you wanted just to play it during free time and if you're in high school, whatnot. That way that you basically could just enjoy some birds that are just um hitting bricks, and make sure that you turn off once the bell rings. That's my sponsor for Angry Birds, right? That's what bothers me of what YouTubers do. And then the third thing is that basically bothers me is how, for what Janae basically have shared, is they would do ridiculous stuff, right? Because the is the alcohol one, the sponsor one is basically, I guess you could say, this. Well, that's TikTok related. I don't know. I guess you could say this. I don't know. I guess seeing Oh, Dion, right. That is one thing that bothers you the most. AI thumbnails. Okay, I know it gets people to click, but depending on the YouTuber it is, 90, let's just say 97.69% of the time I see those, I'm not gonna support them. I don't care if they say to a homeless person. That's great, but I'm not gonna support you for it because why are you using it as a thumbnail? Maybe you could use just an example in your videos. That's fine. But if you're just using this, which is what Jack did, I'm not gonna support you for it. You know, growing up on YouTube, you see what you get. What I mean by that is, yes, we did have custom thumbnails, at least when I joined in, a little later though, but they're not, yes, they were clickbait, but they're not AI related, and the majority of the ones I would see wouldn't have any atrocious thumbnails. In fact, growing up back then, I would see Photoshop. I would see that all the time on YouTube. Yes, it may be silly, but I would see Photoshop than AI thumbnails. If that makes sense, right? Not AI shop, Photoshop. I think that's much more appropriate. So I wanted to get this out of my system because I probably don't know what the hell I'm talking about. It's just that it bothers me when some of these YouTubers, they do act like they're cookie cutters, as they would say, because you know how cookies look similar to one another? They're all delicious, right? Like, let's just say they may look different in the surface, but at the same time, they all taste the same, right? And that's how I always see all these YouTubers. Yes, they're all different people. They're all different human beings. But the videos that they make is just so similar to one another, you know? And I just always wonder why a lot of these YouTubers would film in this, let's just say, glorious backgrounds or something. I mean, you could have a torn down wall somewhere in Gaza as long as you're safe, right? And then doing videos. And okay, maybe that's a bad example. Well, there's a torn down wall somewhere in Scotland, okay, and you may got a rusted pipe in the background. I think that'd be pretty fascinating because you seem really realistic. It actually makes sense. And as I'm checking my suggestions, I might look up this video later of a lying influencer caught begging for money. It's all capitalized and in parentheses, with this lowercase in my notes. It's all stuffy. It's over by Kiki Chanel, Chanel. I just don't know why these influencers. It's amazing that they look like they're wealthy or basically that have decent income. They were beg for money. I don't get that. Yeah, I just don't get it. If there's a lot of YouTubers seeing this, I hope you understand that this could bite you in the long run. Okay? You gotta understand it. Just because you're a large YouTuber doesn't mean I can respect you more. Okay? If you want to use that as a threat towards me, you're acting like an officer thinking that he could just basically arrest someone when they are driving 2 miles per hour over the speed limit. I hope you understand that. Okay? And I would love to see you being in jail and hope that you cry and whatnot and get sick. Because you make me sick if you basically would attract an unhealthy crowd. It kind of reminded me of this other YouTuber from, I forgot what channel I watched, that this weird, I don't know, political TikToker thinks that it's okay to dox someone because, oh, they disagreed with whatever the parent was saying. You know that is just, you're abusing your power for that. And I don't get why. Okay? I don't get it. Okay, and I want to say from all us YouTubers, I know you do care for your viewers, but do you? Do you basically talk to them every day? Do you hope that they basically, wherever they're going through, they will make through it? Okay, the reason I'm saying this is because that reminds me of this YouTuber. I can't believe she lived in my state. She could go right in hell. I've heard all nasty, evil stuff that she did. And just because she's an attractive woman, actually, she should get charged twice as much. I only hear that. Oh dear, why you basically put down on us hot people? We go through a lot. Ugly people do too. So why should I care? Yeah, sorry that happens to you. Tell someone that gave us a luscious fin about your existence, like your mother. Okay, sorry, but that's how life works. I'm sorry, but you gotta accept that. Okay, I just wanted to get that on my system, right? Also, I try not to get jealous if other channels are doing really well just because I don't use like fancy thumbnail or I don't have good editing just to keep people engaged. That's why I do comment many videos because I don't like to get heard of. And next thing you know, Lauren, it sucks that she was blocked. She is such a sweetheart. Greg and Mason, 3 newcomers to my channel. Well, in this one, of course. And then I still have Dumbo, my most important viewer, though. Well, because I knew him for a while. Darren, I hope that he's doing okay. And then Red and Blue, which I think they've been around for a short period, even though they're not always active still is. Well, it's whatever for him. You see how I remember their names, right? I bet for any large YouTuber that's seen this, cannot name a handful of their viewers. Am I correct? Am I correct? Okay, I'm just how to get this on my system. Please take caution of people that you like to follow. Yes, I know my bills suck. I know that my voice may not be as great, right? And I try not to get jealous because other people, they get their videos suggested much more because maybe they're ready to look or they got a fancy setup. Okay, if you like those creators, then fine. Okay, I don't know why you're here then. If you got them to watch. If you're bored, then get a rock outside. Okay, and maybe a leaf, and then play rock scotch. Okay, do that, and get a little piece of paper, okay, or a notebook, and maybe, I don't know, okay, just find something. Okay, you know, I can't find something. You know what I mean, right? And this guy for someone that likes to collect leaves and rocks and whatnot. Also, look up this guy named Justin Dornan. I'm a little bit jealous, though. I could tell he's a really, really sweet, I like his hair. I've seen part of his video though. He's a black guy, right? They'll talk about the Generation Z's there, and that got almost 500,000. I may look up his channel later because I don't know. I'm trying to get. I'm curious of what other videos I want to watch based off topics I want to share because I've been on YouTube for a while. I'm just do not know what to share. And influencers changing by Hannah Alonso. For the words and becoming, oh, that's an hour. It looks like I'm going to write some names down and comment on these if I'm comfortable. Oh, I'm not comfortable with Gerber or whatever his name is. I don't care about him. For these Shams, I like his videos. I just don't like his background music because it kind of depresses me. Still a great YouTuber, though. Doug, not a fan of him. Just don't know why. He just makes me feel iffy. So, again, I'm just scoring down my suggestions, right? Because I'm just sharing YouTubers that I may feel comfortable with. I only comment the ones you see in my playlist. Those are the ones I feel comfortable commenting on, at least most part, right? It depends. Maybe not all their videos. I don't know. The ones that are kind of popular, but at the same time, I gotta feel comfortable on one of their videos. Pardon me, I just burped. So I wanted to just get this out of my system because I know a lot of people are really judgmental on this site. And I want for the ones that have nasty thoughts. Okay, again, I said nasty thoughts myself, and I feel awful for that. But I bet the ones I don't, you probably will think twice in the long run. And don't be surprised asking, why did you screenshot? Because, well, you're on my channel and you're invading my privacy. You're not. I'm just giving a metaphor or an expression. Okay? So I just wanted to share this because it's... I'm sure for a lot of us adults, okay, because I prefer having adult viewers on here, not young ones. I'm sorry because, well, especially the way I talk, it's a difficult peer for us, right? I mean, especially of what Dumbo, Greg, Lauren have went through with me. I've been so concerned. Okay, if you want to know, well, you gotta visit my live stream around five in the evening, Arizona Mountain Time. Okay, to know why. So I wanted to just get this out of my system because as someone that wishes that he could help his mother, my brother out. My mother's fine. She would get, you know, my nose is all stuffy. Darn it. I don't have allergies. This is dry. Maybe because I'm just talking a lot. Again, I'm really introverted and mute here, so I get exhausted when I talk for a while, except for my live stream. I don't know why. Depending on my mood mentally. The thing is that for people that do their best to work and get by, they don't get enough. Imagine you're a janitor, okay, or you basically are a lunch lady. You got to clean up all the trays, right? As the students, they basically get fed, and then they will go to the next classes, right? And I had to say, let's just say that this should be a law, an American law, that for people that work in these positions, if they really do a great job, just taking care of, well, let's say for lunch ladies or janitors, they need to get a promotion. Let's just say, um, if they want to do this long term, I don't know. Maybe this is gonna sound dumb of me. Let's just say you're a janitor, right? And you basically made it through the whole school year, just trying to clean up all the damn poop that those kids did, especially they smeared out mirror walls. You should get maybe a grand raise. I don't know. That may not seem a lot, right? An extra $1,000, right? U.S. dollars, right? And I don't know. They could use that as vacation money or something. I don't know. Because being a janitor is not too difficult, but at the same time, you got to clean up poop and that could smell, and who knows if those little ones basically would have infectious. I don't know. Okay, whatever it is, but I guess what I'm trying to say is I get really jealous really easily when people that are, let's just say, they have financial privilege. I don't know if this is an actual term, but I'm gonna say that this now at 3:36. Financial privilege is for people that basically are not living below the poverty line, aka poor, and basically are able to travel and can buy things that they have, or spending extra money just for fun and going out with friends at some, I don't know, the movie theaters, buying delicious popcorn. You basically have money without worrying that, oh, I need to basically eat this much so that this will last me for a week, or I may go hungry, right? Just because I have food, okay, doesn't mean that I could just eat as much as I want. Well, maybe a little bit, but I still keep track. I guess what I'm trying to say is, on my notes in my MacBook, I like to keep track of how much I eat, especially during the day. I know that's exhausting. So let's just say when I eat something, right? When I eat my wheat thins, I check the time, and then when I'm done, I check it again. Yes, I guess you could say that's extreme OCD, because I guess you could say I guess I do have it. I consider myself as having OCD, at least being obsessed with the time and uploading, or do my computer post a certain time. That's OCD, right? Obsessive compulsive disorder. It doesn't always have to do with cleanliness. Let's just say for me personally, I like to have my room a little bit messy. I'm not sure if that counts as OCD, because if it's too clean, then it feels weird to me. If something feels off, I don't know. Okay, I'm still studying about all this. Okay, literally, everyone's brains are different. Okay, literally. Again, I'm a college dropout, kinda. Okay, I'm doing my best to educate myself. And then for a lot of YouTubers that think they know everything, I hope that you don't get some type of cancer, and I won't care when you die. And by the way, cancer runs in my family, both colon and breast cancer. I also have high stress levels because of my insomnia. Basically, someone that stresses, well, not always stressed, but when someone cannot fall asleep, right? Because I gotta read more about insomnia. I guess you could say I also have hypnophobia. I have a phobia of going to sleep at a certain time. I don't know. Okay, again, I'm making part of this stuff up, but just like I said, it's also an actual term. I forgot what I just said. I'm sorry. I'm rambling too much because I have so much in my head right now that I probably will forget something when I start the recording, because there's probably something apart I want to share that I can never get on audio because my autistic brain just It's overstimulated with info. What I'm trying to say is my life isn't laid back. Yes, I'm not doing here at home, but I'm always thinking what can I do to get my channel seen, or how to get my Taki channel back, and then how to get my apartment 260 back, even though someone is living there. I'm sure if I could give them the money so that they have a bigger place to stay, I would, because we were evicted against our will. Okay, we basically paid every month for that place, and we didn't know that we had to be kicked out. It just happened unexpectedly. We didn't have to warn or anything. We're doing fine. So I want to share this, and that's why I get jealous when I see these other YouTubers doing so well, because I wish I was in their position. Because, yes, my neighborhood may not be the best. I don't give a Welsh's fit. I like how I could go for a walk to Dollar Tree, right? Or even at Fry's, or even before they close down, the 99-cent store. Yes, it may not be much, and maybe get tired a little bit, but it's probably because I'm clinically depressed. That's why I get a little bit irritated, going crazy, thinking that I'm just doing my same walks every day. It's because, well, we're financially unstable. If we weren't, then my health will be much, much better. You know? Honestly, not to mention I miss the 99-cent store. Oh, especially when we got random birds that were flying around in the store. Don't worry, it's not filthy. It just makes it more cultural. You know? It's as though you're going out to buy fruit at New York City, right? If you're going, I don't know, outside of Wall Street somewhere. I don't know much about NYC, okay? It's like that, and I miss that store. If I had the power of Mr. Beast's level to bring that store back, especially for people that live in lower income so that they don't have to suffer and whatnot, I would, because I like it there. It's unique. Also, this is more of a self-worship thing for my viewers that do not live out here. You may not understand, because, well, you just don't have the store, of course. It's really lovely. It's really clean, at least in my experience, and the workers are really friendly, really diverse. You know, I love the diversity, and I'm just shocked that the rest of the country doesn't have that experience. Not to mention, we got in and out here. So I just had to just get this out of my system, and what I'm trying to say is just that it just bothers me of how YouTube is now, or social media, whatever, okay, or human society, that we all had to be great influencers. We all had to act a certain way, because if you stick out, then that makes you a weirdo. Well, when you act like a cookie cutter, that makes you a weirdo. You could disagree with me, but I'm thinking, are you right? Are you high on your own ecstasy? And don't tell me that you're offending me. No, you're offending me because there's something wrong with you. And I don't want to be around a darn maniac feeling that I'm going to get murdered as though you're Jeffrey Dahmer. Sorry, you could be offended though, because I'm proving my point that you basically are willing to act that way, and I feel that I had to call number one on you if you basically are one of those influencers that should be in jail. Jack Pembroke, excuse me, I hope that he basically is in jail, or this facing some type of consequence, because you cannot just do that thinking that you could be in a proper water slide, okay, sitting there until 5 in the morning, and yo, we're just, oh my goodness, why does so many YouTubers say yo? Golly. Okay, I mean, at least people in the 1980s and 1990s, they got more diversity than the mid-2020s. Is this basically the yo depression right now? Everyone's talking the same? Absolutely not. I would stick into the mid-20 teens, hipster, Dion, I think it's hipster. I think it's hipster, right? Is that hippie? Is it hipster? When you dress in a beanie and glasses and having the man bun, I miss that, really. You know, not to mention with other stuff. I don't know. Okay, that was a decade ago. Okay, I don't remember much of it, unless I can go back my old photos to remember it, eh? So I just had to just get this on my system. I know this video is really long. That's why I'm gonna post it whenever. Well, I think I may still be awake when this is done. I'm not sure yet, but I just have to just get this out of my system, because for the ones that are financially privileged, okay, I don't want to hear your mouths. Okay, I want to hear that. Oh, my mother's sick. Well, sorry. Okay, I don't, well, unless, I don't know, okay, unless you are not those influencers that like to do stuff for views, then I would care. If you do, then I'm not. Okay, I've seen enough of those already, and it's starting to give me a migraine. Okay, I feel that I have to take NyQuil to help me sleep. but I don't have the allergies, right? I'm just tired of that, if that makes sense. It's 3:44 right now, and I can't believe it took over 35 minutes. But if you're a first timer here, if you ever see my video or my comments in the other videos, just please be polite. If not, I will out maybe, and I'm gonna have to look out over you, similar to a vulture from Ice Age, because I don't want to hunt you down. Well, I don't want to hunt anyone down. That's not my job. Okay, and I don't want it to be my job. I don't want to hold that grudge of whoever you may be, because it's probably not gonna go away. And this is not first impression. It's just, I don't know. Okay, other than that, I'm gonna cut this off, and I just hope that that for the ones that are first time here, you have a good night. Also, one more thing. For anyone that does have a Switch 2, okay, definitely cut your share marks that you do. You're gonna purchase the new Donkey Kong game. I forgot what it's called though. It looks really cute. Also, this could be a little weird. DK looks kind of hot. I don't know why. I don't know. I mean, honestly, for me personally, I do like his design. And for people that don't like it, I understand. It doesn't bother me. I really like his design. I do. It just gives me that cartoonist vibe. And I like that. I really do. Plus, you know what? It is time for DK to even have a makeover or a for-over. My opinion. You know, I just wanted to share that straight up. And it's kind of for someone that grew up playing Diddy Kong Racing, which is a remake of that, and a little bit of Donkey Kong Country and 2. Enough said.